Hi guys, give us a
Hello, welcome to Desktop Time from Salt Lake City. It's so good to have you here. Goodbye. It's been great talking to you.
And we're done.
We're all done. That was easy.
That's good.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. That's the easiest Desktop
get
Time
all
I've
that.
ever done. Oh,
So hi guys, anybody that's actually joining in, we've got about 11 people at the moment. We got about 20 more seconds, so we'll be able to go Facebook Live, and then we'll get the party started. So thanks for bearing with us. We're about to get going. Say so.
can we talk now?
Yes, you guys can talk.
Dude.
There's people already watching me.
Where are we? Oh, wait, I'm here.
Guys, you
We're gonna practice our skits here. It's like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Did you get the new did you get the thing, the new secret password for the Pro Advisory Society?
Oh,
Hey, guess what, guys?
they don't
You're
really
live.
have
Oh,
one,
crap,
do
we're live.
they? Oh, and we're here again.
I said crap.
Oh, that was us earlier.
What the? They look
What's
just
that?
like us.
And they're
Exactly.
doing the good. See what to do.
And all we've had is coffee.
That's right. Don't get us started.
Okay, are we live now?
You guys are live.
Hello,
Awesome.
we're live.
Desktop time. Woo!
Welcome to Desktop Time. We are here live from Salt Lake City, and you can see that we have these wonderful people here. Everyone introduce themselves.
Okay, Linda Artisani, Artisani Bookkeeping, accounting firm. Do what Matthew does, basically.
I'm Matthew. I'm with Parkway Business Solutions and Vendor Sync. We are also both with the QB Community Live Facebook group, and we've been running around like crazy doing video, trying to make it where everybody who is not at Scaling New Heights can feel like they are at Scaling New Heights. So,
And I'm Dan DeLong with DanWitz, transforming businesses, transforming lives.
I'm Chris Wise. I'm here every stinking month, so you know who I am. I hope you don't. Well, I'm Chris Wise. And by the way, I'm here on behalf of QBox. Although I'm not supposed to say that, it's actually Desktop Time, so no QBox references
Nope.
will be given. But welcome to Salt Lake City. We're here having a good time. We actually are expecting some other people, and Matthew, who's Mr. Cool with technology, is about to give you even a better close-up of what's happening here on the exhibit floor. So, but in the meantime, these wonderful folks, Linda and Dan, are going to share with you about their business model and tell you what they do and their expertise. And I'm going to fall asleep right now.
Oh,
so.
am I that boring?
No, I just
Okay,
need
just
sleep.
checking.
I don't know.
I
I'll watch
actually,
the recording version. So.
Yeah. I'm actually located in Southwest Florida, and I work primarily with attorneys and bookkeeping service, basically, an accounting service. We actually
Okay.
partner with a firm also in Florida that will do the tax returns. So we kind of full service accounting. And, you know, I run around this guy all
That-
for a while, and we've had a lot of fun. It's been like a week.
oh boy.
It's been a week now.
Yeah, we just did the 17 shirt challenge.
They did it. They were all 17.
Yeah.
I
I
saw
love
it.
my Facebook with that.
Oh,
Shirt number 15.
yeah. It was warm.
I either made a whole bunch of new friends or lost a whole bunch of friends.
And he
It's
has
one
a
or
whole
the
new
other.
wardrobe,
Yeah, Matthew
too.
just wanted the wardrobe, so it was his idea to get all new shoes. Actually, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
So, Dan,
Hmm.
what do you think of Scaling the Heights? First, is this your first one or no?
This is my first one on the outside. I'm, displaced Intuit employee for a long time, and I came to Scaling New Heights in the booth for Intuit. So that was actually my first time actually going to an event like this and getting to put faces to voices.
Yeah.
Since I talk to people so much on the phones, it was really nice to make those kinds of connections. But this is the first time that I've done it outside as my own
Yeah, with your own
practice,
business, with your own business,
my own
right?
business, and it's just a total different, different kind of connections that are made, and it's really awesome.
And you kind of gave us your tagline, but exactly what did you do?
Yeah. So, so what I do now is really
Right.
just the same thing that I did for Intuit, just now with Intuit
Right.
instead. I'll partner with accountants who just don't have enough bandwidth to do
Yeah.
what things that they want to do or just don't want to do, like QuickBooks to online conversion. If that's just not in their scope of things to do, I can just take it off their plate and do it for them, allowing them the bandwidth, because now they've got a little bit more bandwidth in their life
Mhm.
to be able to do those things that they want to do.
Sometimes converting from desktop to online is easy, and then there's the other files that are like inventory and everything else, so you just want to go, I don't want to do it. But, oh, I've had it happen where I've gone and clicked it, and then it would go poof, and I'm like, what the heck happened? I've had trouble with the what is it, Microsoft Explorer. It's like, oh, is that really what we
Internet
have to use?
Explorer.
Internet Explorer, yeah.
Internet Exploder.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's why, and for me now, I gave away my PC because it was just sitting on a shelf. So I might need you because if I get any conversions, I can't do them anymore.
Or
'Cause I
worse
don't
yet,
want-
if they get to online and they find that it's
oh,
not,
the other way. And
and then they
actually,
got to go back.
the other way, they like that. Because, you know, because there's a lot of people that might want to do that because you could partner with the word we can't say QBox
Yeah.
and with Vendor
The
Sync, and now you've got this.
Software
You know, you've
company
got
that
this-
you're both wearing shirts for.
Well, I mean, honestly, too, we joke about it a lot, but Matthew and I will talk about it, that the reality is we just want people to know they have options. I mean, QBO may work better for them, but if it doesn't, they have a resource for desktop. So bottom line is we just want them to find the solution that works best for whatever their business practices or internet speed, whatever makes them, most comfortable. That's what we do.
And I know
So,
you're shy about talking about it, but a lot of people might not know what it is. Can you tell us a little bit about what it does?
I'm not supposed to, again, this
No,
part,
but
here's the disclaimer.
no disclaimer. No,
So, I mean, we actually, and this show actually was birthed out of a QB Connect event where we had so many people coming in saying, hey, I'm not crazy, I'm not slow, I just like desktop. So basically we give them a tool that allows them to collaborate with anybody remotely. It does have the limitation of the locking and syncing, so only one remote user can make edits, but the reality is it's just a simple, affordable, secure way for them to share a desktop file with someone remotely. So again, if that option works the best for them, we don't want them to throw up their hands and say, I'm stuck, I got to send an accountant's copy or a backup or use
which is
screen
awful,
sharing.
by the
Yeah.
way. I mean, there's so many limitations. But then I was talking to you today about a client that I have that's on desktop. She's on a enterprise, and you were telling me that you still can use it if she's on the server. You can just put in QBox on the server, right?
So I mean, we have something called QBox MU, which allows for multi-user sharing within a local area network.
Yes.
So remote users still have the same take turns rules, but if you have a firm that has multiple users, as long as they have a common place to share that multi-user file server, or even peer-to-peer, we can actually help them out with if they call. But so QBox can accommodate that. So everyone still installs the QBox client. They're all pointed to the common file, and QBox knows that if one or all of them are in the file, it won't allow it to sync and release the lock. So we do have that capability as well. So
And then, I sat through the meeting, the third quarter meeting, and 50% of the clients for QuickBooks is still desktops. There's a lot of people, and this conference was kind of heavily, it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people that, okay,
we have
found
Matthew
her.
out on the
Breaking news.
streets.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Oh, we found Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
We can't hear.
Hi, guys.
Can't hear.
So we've got Kelly from
Totally
Hello,
fine.
Matthew.
Book. Thank you.
Muting.
Sorry, I've been running around all
Well,
the time.
we can.
If
I
you can
can't
hear
lip
me,
read, but
show a 3.
you know what? I can do this. This might help.
Oh, he can hear us.
You can hear
Yeah,
it.
we can hear you just fine. Can you hear us okay? Let's go the hallway real quick. And we'll
We
do
bet you're saying really good,
We
important
can't hear
stuff.
you. Okay. We can hear you. We probably need speakers.
Does this switch with us?
You will in
There we go.
seconds when-
When he comes back.
Okay, way better.
Can you hear us better now?
Like,
So now he's chatting.
All right. So, hi guys. We are here with Kelly with Totally Booked from New York.
Okay.
Oh,
actually-
We
you can't hear him?
us.
Okay.
See, that's the
Oh,
important thing.
that's a blessing.
So you can hear us, and you can say all the cool stuff, and everybody else
Just
that's
don't talk
important can
about
hear
us.
it. Yeah.
I'll turn up the speakers on the TV. I guess that's what I'll tell them now.
He throws with his mouth open, which is very normal for him. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so this is not your first one. Right?
My third.
It's your third.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite part of it so far?
Main
I
stages
had
are
the
really
same
cool.
problem for some
Okay.
reason.
But I think that events around the event are also really important. So
understand.
connecting with other pro advisors and people in the community
Mhm.
like you and
Yeah,
me
I think
make a huge difference for everybody here.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I would say
But
the
I-
sessions
I'm
were
afraid to touch
amazing.
anything.
I definitely learned something new every year, and then I go home and completely screw up my staff because I want to change everything. uh, but learning new tools and just new ways to do things is always fun. I love it.
Beautiful. And what was your favorite session that you sat through?
Oh, Brittany Brown did an onboarding session that was amazing. So her company is Ledger Gurus, and she has this
Bluetooth.
extensive onboarding
Touch anything.
process, and she was just so forthcoming with the checklist that she uses and everything that she does, and it was just
When
it
their lips
was
stop, you notice.
Beautiful. Would one of the attendees listening to this right now in the chat please type in, turn the volume up on the TV so they can hear us too?
She's probably talking about us because Kelly's laughing.
You know, we
This will get the
absolutely
message
cannot
over
hear
to
you,
them.
Matthew. So he's asking us
So,
to tell.
no. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Turn
yes,
up the
Yes.
volume.
yes.
on the
no,
TV.
sometimes.
maybe.
Okay.
Good
So
value
for
customers,
me,
stuff we just do.
I would say probably one of my favorite parts about, well, actually my favorite part so far has been the little surprise for me with my color TV, my color glasses.
super cool, by
So,
the way.
What we're talking about, my good friend Linda over there. Thank you, James. That was a great little improv there. Appreciate
Probably
it.
what it is.
My friend Linda there actually got a whole bunch of people together, and I'm colorblind. I can't see red. And Linda got everybody together, bought me these fancy glasses, which help me now see color, which is awesome.
And made everybody cry in the process.
Yeah,
It was
it's been
so
pretty neat.
touching.
So
And to sneak in.
the what we have going on back behind here. So one of the quick thing I was going to show you guys, we'll do a flip around, and then I can probably do it better. This is the Society of Pro Advisory. This is a special area that they had
He's
set
talking
up.
now, he's walking down the hallway. I don't know where the heck did he go?
Hello.
Hallway.
Okay.
To the
So this is the
Pro-advisory.
special
Oh,
area
he's
that we
okay.
set up, Society for Pro Advisors.
Oh, I can see. He looks like a really cool place. I can see there's
Oh, it's so awesome in
all
there.
kinds of ambiance. Look at that. Look at that. Here we are on the exhibit floor, which is not remotely as exciting.
No.
So, anyway, so he's probably talking right now.
And a cool area where this special little booth,
Oh, he's going in the
go
booth.
in and you can
Even
ask
in the booth,
questions.
It's pretty cool. I don't know if he's talking. But you go in this booth, it's pretty cool. And then you answer questions and they're taking snippets of it and they're going to give it to the new pro advisors advice, which is
Oh.
really cool.
Exactly.
Every time we talk really quick, we do.
And you can re-record. He went in there he went in on it by himself and he was in, I figured he'd be out in
So
3 minutes.
Oh,
And he
he's
didn't come
great
out.
again.
by now, hopefully you guys can hear us over there. I'll send it back to you
So he's throwing it back over
and
there.
we'll find
Okay.
somebody else.
So and he went in the booth and he was in there so long that I said, he's going to be in there editing it.
Oh, and we're back.
Oh, and we lost him.
Oh,
We've
I
lost
think
Matthew.
he cut out so that we could be sure
Okay.
to
You think so?
do more talking.
Okay.
And I do, by the way, just to give you a heads up, I do see the Pro Advisor of the Year 2019
Cool.
walking. Wait, she moved. Oh, no, she's not coming.
Come. She's running away.
She's collecting swag.
Oh, she should have came around with us.
Don't
when
put
we
her
were
on
running
blast
around.
like that. So anyways, we were talking about desktop though, and I mean that is I've talked to even some hosted folks here, and we do not want to oversell QBox, but we just want them to know it's an option, it's a tool. So it's not going to work for everyone, but for those that does, it's an awesome way for them to do it. So,
I've had people that didn't even know it was an option. They knew about another company, but they're like, I'm not doing that. It costs too much. And I said, well, you ever heard about QBox? And they're
Yeah.
like, no. And it's nice because it gives you that you can be on desktop, but still have the ability to
Another
Yeah.
be able
choice.
to do it from home and work remotely, which is great.
yeah. So Emmy is now hiding behind the banner next door. I'm not sure.
Totally like throwing him under the bus.
I'm gonna give her my spot. I'll stand back here. That's not any
I
rush
have
or
like way
anything.
too much swag.
You're welcome.
You can't
We
have
are
too much
live,
swag.
So you know we're
Okay.
live right now.
We're
This
live
is
and
my
rolling.
second interview of the day.
Oh,
I'm
you're
feeling
like the first
really
two.
important.
So we have MB here. She is the top pro advisor or something,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Advisor of the
Rumor
year.
has it. Thank you.
Well
It's,
deserved.
it's an amazing experience. I mean, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So as other people were going up and getting their awards, Heather and I are left. And when Esther got the trainer award,
Mhm.
which is one I think that, if I were going to win anything, that would be that.
Uh-huh.
So she got that. And then Heather got called up and Esther looks at me and says, you're it. And I immediately started
oh
crying.
my God, that's so awesome.
She immediately grabbed some Kleenex. I'm like, I can't cry when I'm going up on stage, but I sure did have tears in my
That's
eyes.
so cool.
But it's really an honor. It's really humbling. I was saying to somebody that in a group like, I mean, there's lots of pro-advisors, and we know not all pro-advisors are as educated as some of the others are, but when you come to a place like this where you have so many good pro-advisors that are investing their time to come to this, to be chosen at the top of that, I mean, it's very humbling.
It was amazing to me when Misty was there and doing her speech, and she said, how many people are stand up for your pro-advisor? And like most of the room stood up. Who's advanced? And I couldn't believe how many people had their hand up
She
here.
said, it's funny
was, like,
because she said that to me
mind-blowing,
too.
It was
Yeah.
like, whoa, like they're all here. You know?
Right,
You
right.
know, that's
Of the 2 or 3% of
Yeah,
advanced
exactly.
pro-advisors, well, then that's why they're advanced,
why
right?
they're
Because
advanced,
they're
exactly.
willing to invest in education. And
it's really cool.
So you showed me before, MB, you teach actually the certification course, right? Can you tell us what
Correct.
you do and like what you're doing at the show, but also all the time?
Right. So kind of background is I had a full-time tax and accounting practice for a lot of years. I wrote my master's in tax using QuickBooks. And then I started teaching for Railroad Training, who's Intuit's training partner for clients, which was a very humbling experience too. You realize how much you don't know about the software when you start teaching it,
Yeah.
right? Or you get questions, right?
Right,
As
right.
you have gotten a lot. And then what happened was, so what happened at that point is once I knew that was going to kind of work and I loved the training, I kind of have my tax practice, and then that worked for a while. And then I'm like, I can't still have employees and be on the road 2 weeks out of the month. And so that's when I really kind of changed the focus of my practice more to QuickBooks consulting and training. Still did some tax returns up until this last tax law and last tax season. I'm like, I'm not doing. I still have all the family ones, but I'll get them out. I'm like, I can't do this
Don't count
anymore.
those.
Yeah, and then Intuit contacted me because they were close to Railroad Training and said, "Are you interested in doing some training for us?" And then it's just evolved into content development, and then
I just feel like I
training.
know you because I've been certified pro-advisor since 1999. I missed 2 years.
Yeah.
Misty, can you give me the other 2 years? And I just
Right.
count them all. And yeah, it's like I've seen your face and heard your voice, I think, on a lot of the training. So it's like, I feel like I know you.
It's funny, my husband, because I also had done these Pro Series forever, and my husband's cousin, and so I did training for them. So it was the kind of self-paced videos that you do on their website. And my husband's cousin came, who I haven't seen for a while. You know, you see him at weddings and funerals, kinds of things, because he's not local to where we are. And he's like, it took me like 3 videos to realize, I think that's Mark's wife. And so then he sends me an email. He's like, that's you, right? On the Pro Series videos. I'm like, yes, Mike, that's me.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
You can never get away.
I know working for Intuit for as long as I had and having many opportunities to do training for the tech support side of the house, you get to know so much about it. You know, I mean, you have to in order to be the teacher.
Right.
So you get a lot more proficient, and I think a lot of folks would benefit, you know, by doing training videos for their clients, you know, because now they have to train it. I really have to know it.
I use Loom all the time with my clients. If they're stuck on something, even I have training. They do direct training with people, and I just use Loom, and I'll do that faster than typing and explaining. It's easier visually to just put it out and then just send it to them, and they're like blown away, like, oh my God, that's so cool. But it's a tool we have that we really didn't have a few years ago, and it's effective.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. Liz Scott and I are collaborating on a project with Intuit and the training development company. I don't know what the formal title is, whatever they are. And she's been doing that a lot. Instead of, you know, just sending an email, these are the steps, she just does the recording and puts it in the Google Drive or somewhere where they can access it.
Yep.
And now they can write their content because they can visually see it.
Yeah.
And that, I
It's
think that's
perfect.
a
I
great
mean,
idea.
it's better than
There
typing.
used to be a feature in desktop where you could do a screen record and then send it to your
Boy,
clients.
when was that? That was a long
Well,
Well, yeah,
time
Dan's
ago.
been around a while.
Back when
I
Dan
know,
worked
I
at
know.
Intuit.
Back
I
in
know, he
DOS,
was
wasn't
my
it?
like favorite
Oh, me
carriage.
too. I'm like, I know Danny. He's like, you, there were more than what, no, I remember your voice.
Somehow it's distinctive.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Oh,
back.
Now he's back
But he's
sideways.
sideways. Oh, now he's up.
Oh my goodness gracious.
He found
Now he's
Alicia
got
Kelly.
Hi guys.
All right.
Still can't hear.
So let's do this real quick here.
They should be by the Yeti.
Yeah. they
Right, Alicia, I still need to do
You're
that
good to go.
picture of the Yeti.
Right about here.
Oh,
If you will please tell us a
he's
little bit.
talking. Is he
I'm
serious?
sorry. I should actually introduce you first. So, hi guys. I'm now here with Alicia Pollock Cats, and please, Cats Pollock said it wrong. It's those hot shirts again. So, tell us what you have enjoyed about scaling new heights, real quickly. Maybe your favorite class, and what else has been happening.
Well, my favorite thing was actually the Secret Society of Pro Advisory that they started. I think it's just one of the coolest ideas ever as far as marketing and branding and the mystery of it and the elegant graphics and the pins where you go in every day and you talk about the different parts of what it is that you do and earn different pins for it. And all their proverbs are just profound and elegant and mysterious, and I think it's really cool.
It's a lot of fun. That's the dark area I was just in just moments ago, so we came running back. So thank you, I appreciate it. For classes wise, were any of the classes that you attended that were memorable, or any of them that you wish you'd seen that you just didn't get to?
All of those. Yeah, so my favorite classes, of course, were the ones that I taught. But beyond that, I went to the social media presentation for Dave. I can't remember his last name, but he was just on main stage as well. And we're actually like in the market for that. So I loved everything that he had to say. And so I'm actually like possibly going to be hiring him to do our marketing, which was super cool. And the one that I wanted to go to that I didn't get to go to was Patricia Hendricks's this morning on going from solopreneur to firm size, because we just did hire our first full-time employee who's rocking it, but we need to do more of that to grow.
Thank you so much for joining us, and back to you guys at the booth, okay? Thanks.
Size, because we just did hire
He shut it off. We're back.
So we're back. Thank you, Matt.
It was great hearing from you.
Yeah, at least we heard you that time. That worked. That worked.
Anyways, congratulations very much
It
for
was
your award. And,
so cool.
Very well deserved. And,
Thanks.
I loved hearing that story too, because I just meant, see, that was me. I'd be sitting there cranking, like, what the heck? They haven't called me yet. What's going on? And you were very contrite about it, obviously.
And isn't she going to be on Desktop Time?
Yeah, and she's on July Desktop Time. By
I
the way.
am on
This-
July
Don't
Desktop
forget,
Time, right?
this person right here, this celebrity is going to be on July Desktop
Right.
Time.
So Kelly Gonzalez, who won the upcoming Pro Advisor of the Year, we were on the QB Talk show a little while ago,
Okay.
and she said, I think what we should do is the Travel with Trophies blog.
Oh, there you go.
And so she wants me to like carry my trophy, which only weighs like, 3 or 4 pounds, with me wherever I go. I'm going to send her pictures, and she's going to post them.
Oh, kind of
I
like
love
the
that.
gnome.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like the
yeah.
gnome.
Or the,
Right.
the-
The green
The Ralph-
pickle.
I like that
yeah,
idea.
Yeah.
Put on the Christmas
We
tree.
actually had Kelly was on. We couldn't hear her. She was on right before you
Oh.
came in by you.
Yeah,
Matthew had her somewhere around here.
She did not have her trophy though.
No, she didn't have a
No.
trophy.
we got to work on that.
No,
We're
yeah,
gonna
we
carry
don't
the
know.
trophy.
Well, we just came up with it. Our trophies
Oh,
are
okay.
whatever, right? So it's Travels with Trophies
premature.
after scaling new heights.
Well, thank you very much again
Okay.
for joining us, MB, and really appreciate it. Congratulations again.
Okay,
and,
thank
uh,
you.
best
Thanks
luck
for
to
having
you.
me, and we'll
Look
see you
forward
in
to talking to
July.
you next month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks again. I'm gonna
Okay,
steal
Dan,
your
do a
chair,
cartwheel or
too.
something to keep us
Thank you so
entertained.
much.
All right, as soon as we get Dan here, because this is what I did when we had lunch one day, because it happened to be in my town. What was your worst customer story? Without names. Bet you remember the name though.
Words? They've almost purged from my memory,
Dan.
And because I just hiked the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
with
I
my
know.
son,
That was beautiful.
And the whole time that I was in that journey, I could only think about the destination being finished. Like, why did I do this to myself? My feet are hurting.
Pictures were
I could
gorgeous.
die. I don't think I'm going to have the energy to get out of here. you know.
But your
So
son
all I-
wouldn't leave you behind, so you know
Yeah,
you had that going for you.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm in the journey,
Mhm.
all I'm thinking about is the destination.
Mhm.
But now that it's over and
Mhm.
the destination's been reached, all I can think about now is
Going in your next destination.
just reliving
Oh, he's still settling and
reliving the
enjoying
journey.
The
Oh,
past
yeah.
journey, right?
But you have-
Okay.
those pictures were amazing. I felt like I was on the journey, and I'm sure the pictures can give it justice for what you were
They
looking
don't.
at. But
They
were
don't.
just stunning.
It's a whole new world down there, and it just made me really present to just being present, you know, to whatever happens to be going on, and making connections. And that's what I really liked about being here at this event. You know, the community, how it really just comes together, and you know what you guys did today for Matthew.
17. Oh, with the
Yeah, that
glasses.
was
yeah.
awesome.
Glasses.
That was awesome.
but then
There's
here he
the-
is,
Very exact.
There's the
exact.
roving reporter.
coming back, interrupting that sentimental moment.
I know. We're just talking about you getting the
Yeah.
glasses, and
We're
now you
just
can
getting
you just
verklempt.
show up. Grab your balloons, go get your glasses, and then tell everybody what happened to you.
That was classic.
Yeah, he was actually just telling me about it, and he was really touched by the gesture. So thank you for doing that.
It is. It's just amazing. You know,
It was
it's-
really cool.
and being able to, you know, you see those things on like Facebook.
Yeah,
and you're like,
exactly.
oh, it'd be really cool to be part of one of
Yeah.
those.
It was fun because the backstory is Matthew's he used to call himself color dumb, but when I do away with that, 'cause he used to aggravate the crap out of me. And he's just colorblind. He couldn't see red and green, and I kept forgetting. I could not get that through my head. You know, I'd do something with him and send it back with like the revisions in red. And he's like, "Can you make them blue? I can't see them." So we chipped in, got his mom and dad and Baravi and Sarah Prevost and Steph David. We all got together and we get him the glasses, the really
Wow.
fancy,
Yeah.
really fancy glasses, so
That's
he can see
good.
color now, which is really cool. We had
If you get a
Misty
chance to
and
watch it, it's
Dan
really
and all
cool.
sorts of people.
Yeah.
It was
That-
fun.
That was funny. I made everybody in this general area watch it back on Facebook. It's such a cool thing. It's like you said, I've seen so many of those
But you don't
on
know the
Facebook,
person.
different things, yeah, where the people have that first awareness of color. So anyways, that was
I
awesome.
promise myself I wouldn't cry if I got on the video that way, and I totally ruined it.
No, you didn't ruin it
No,
because
it's
it's
As soon
just,
as you started
Wow.
speaking, you're
I know, all of a sudden,
Yeah, you weren't the only one.
Well, especially green now. I mean, you're in this industry.
I know,
Yeah.
and it's just more vibrant, right? Well, he plus he doesn't know the colors.
I used to always joke that none of my clients' books were ever in the red, but now.
See, now that's a good thing. It's an account, I guess.
So, you know, they gave him the balloons, but this is something you don't think about because you can see color, right? So they gave
Yeah.
us the balloons, and he's looking at me, and he's going, "What color is that?" Because he doesn't know,
Yeah.
and they didn't
okay.
write it on the balloon. So I'm going to email the company and say, "Great idea with the balloons, really spectacular, but you should really write the color in because he's going to learn the colors."
That's pretty interesting. Wow, that's so cool.
So these are the fancy glasses, and you know, to me, the best point of the story for all of this is, if you're ever questioning whether it's worth getting out and going to conventions like this and being engaged and being involved with your community, come on. I mean, this has been an amazing year for me. I feel so fortunate. I've met so many new people, made so many new friends, and when you care for them and you try to do good things, they come back and they get you cool glasses. So
And it's just amazing because we're at a technology conference,
Yeah.
right? That there's that technology out there that can do that,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I have no clue how that works, but it's pretty
Yeah.
cool that he can see colors, and they're very vibrant now. You can see what we see.
Yeah.
let's see if we can get me on the Chroma commercial.
Yeah, you know what I love though? I love that people
A
are coming
video,
over
I'm
that
sure.
have red and green on. They come over, look at my shirt. What color is it?
Yeah,
They've been
right.
doing that to me today.
So I would love to know, out of everybody that's all watching at the time, if anybody else is colorblind or color deficient, put so in the comments. I'd love to know, and I want to see what kind of the ratio we got out there, how many people are colorblind, color deficient.
We just found out last night from being on that little other thing that one of our friends is red and green colorblind.
Yep.
Did you know that my hair was dyed before this?
No.
No, you probably didn't.
Nope.
Can you tell now?
Well, I did. Yes.
Stop doing that.
I got to get used to them.
Okay. Yeah, he has to wear it for a while.
Yeah, okay.
But you probably can see. It's green.
Green.
Green. My hair's green.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. That is pretty cool. So have you everybody covered what their favorite things were from the event?
No, we haven't gotten there, darn it.
We haven't
Stop
got that far
rushing
because
us.
some guy keeps interrupting us.
But we can't hear.
No, we can't hear. We figured out a way to hear, but we don't. We
We're
were
tape
over talking.
delayed though.
So Dan, what's been your favorite thing so far?
I mean, it's just everything is in a really close tie. just the classes that I've been able to go to and some of the learnings that I've gotten there, just getting to know, because, working for Intuit so much, for so long, what was outside of the scope of Intuit was so foreign. So, being able to go around and visit with all the other options that are out there, it's just amazing. I just had this demo with Automate. They're over there, and just the things that they can do, and the solutions that they can come up with, and make it so easy for professionals to make that one-off solution for their client, where they come at you with, like, I've got this, and this, and I want it all to join together, and they can do that.
Cool.
I mean, just some of those solutions that are there, and it's easy to do. It's not like, you're going to need 5 coders to do that.
And so you also are now picking up the charge at the QB Power Hour.
Yes.
Yes.
Michelle Wong.
Mhm.
Yes. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, which, I feel so fortunate that, this community has kind of embraced me from, the relationships that I just had working with them. And, Michelle came up with QB Connect. It's like, Hector and I are thinking about going different ways. What do you think about doing it? I'm like, what? Just so surprised.
She said she thought, we talked to her, she said she wanted to find somebody that was like smarter than her and and very much with technology, like Hector. And she said he was like the perfect fit. It kind of was destiny.
Yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
She also said she loves all your one-liners,
How can you not?
which we all do.
There's some that
Fingers.
make, when you had the Pope in the box, I was like, oh my God. We had dinner somewhere here and there was,
It's Boca de Beppo.
Oh,
Boca de Pepo,
They have
yeah.
a Pope room,
Yeah.
which I didn't realize was a thing in their chain. But
Yeah.
had the big lazy Susan and the Pope sitting in there.
Busted the
You wanna
bubble.
laugh. BGN's friend. It's funny.
Now, Chris, you've had the hardest job out of all of us. You have had to stand in the same place for as long as you can and talk consistently all day long. So,
But honestly though, I kind of resonate with things you're saying, because our life's at QBox. Allison's over there hiding, by the way. She always does. But our life is staring at a screen all day, and we love helping customers. We love that we have a product that really works, but the majority of my day is literally either talking on the phone or staring at a screen. And so to come to these shows, it just gets personalized. And I love the community I've been meeting, getting to know over the last 7 years, in this show for 5 years. And so it's so much better. And I like interacting with people. So yes, my wife's very good at feet massages, by the way. Deborah, I'm going to need one tonight probably.
And
so
shopping, and shopping.
No, she's not shopping, but I can show you lots of trolley pictures if you want to see them.
she promised me shoes, 10 and a half. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, yeah, maybe she can find anything. I don't know.
I don't sell shoes on Wednesday.
Oh.
That's right. It's Shoeless Wednesday. But seriously, though, I mean, that's to me is the
I'm so glad you walked
it's a
over here.
thing.
Always.
But seriously, that for me, I mean, this show, whether it's this show or QB Connect, I mean, just interacting with the people and you guys and, other people that we've gotten to know over the years, like the Seths and the Mariettes and the MBs, it's just awesome. It makes your life, your job real and personal, and kind of takes the boring part of staring at a screen out of it. So I enjoy it.
I heard a rumor about like some kind of a race that's going to happen on QuickBooks Connect, maybe.
It's just a
We're working on
rumor that he started. No.
It's an idea.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a way to something to call it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing 17 shirts for that.
You want to join us
But
for desktop time?
we have someone joining us for desktop time.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey.
Oh, there.
Hi. Come on over here. Have a seat.
Another top
Have a seat.
advisor.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I got to be mentally prepared for this.
Yeah, no, you don't.
No, you
What
don't.
what are we on?
You're live.
No,
on
You're
on Facebook or
It is
Everywhere.
there as well.
hello
and desktop
everybody?
time on Zoom, so
Okay.
on all kinds of things. And by the way, ABC
Oh,
and
wait.
Fox just joined.
Oh, I
so-
got the I did get an email that desktop time was coming on soon.
Yeah,
But
here you are.
Guess what?
Wow.
You're
Now I'm on.
That's why you gotta be careful when you register for desktop time, because you never know. We may be on your front porch one night. Yeah, by the way, you're on today. That's kind of how we roll. So.
So what has been your favorite part of the show this year?
Is that like a stand-up knock yourself down question? Let's see.
Sounds
My
like a favorite ice
most
cream.
favorite portion was waking up in the morning and seeing seeing the email from Gary from Insightful Accountant saying that you need to be sitting in the front 2 rows on the left-hand side, and realizing that I was going to be getting one of the extra awards. That was, thank you very much. It was one of the goals that I've set forth for myself when I started getting really involved with QuickBooks as being a major portion of my livelihood. By the way, I'm Jonathan.
Hey, I'm Chris.
Dan. Nice to see you again. Dan? Linda, I think we've met before.
So we had, so I appreciate you sharing that, because that's something we wouldn't think about. And MB was sharing her experience sitting there waiting to hear the announcement.
Well,
And-
okay, so
so-
here's the thing.
okay.
So I really, I've been working with QuickBooks for 20-something years. And I've always been doing my certifications. And when they came out with the Find a Provisor website, I was pretty well rated or in the ranking there. There were a couple people that were above me that were QuickBooks luminaries.
Okay.
MB is a QuickBooks luminary.
Yeah.
Michelle Long, Heather
Okay.
Satterley. And to be now, in that, to be mentioned with these people is really a tremendous honor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, from my time at accountant support, I mean, you were
Oh,
in that,
Dan, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, there he is.
you were in the echelon of that, because you would send us popcorn,
Yes,
and
absolutely. Because I appreciate it.
we love that, and it was great that you showed your appreciation in
Yep.
a small way. But I mean,
That
we
is,
would fight over what flavors and stuff like that when it would come in. It's like, Jonathan's popcorn day.
well, one of the nicest compliments I got was that when they especially had the managed service, the testing the managed service, was that people would fight over my phone call.
Ah.
It was
Oh.
that.
That's cool.
They want the popcorn.
No. I gave
They put the chocolate
if-
on the popcorn.
If I was calling in, that means I needed help and I had a challenge for them.
Yeah, that's why you would preface it. I got a challenge for you.
Yes. Yes. And I miss the Tucson office so much. Glad I got to reconnect with a lot of people from the Tucson support team that are now doing its bigger and better things.
That's interesting too. I think it kind of ties into the theme that we all work in a business that sometimes can be very impersonal, but when you personalize it, and because we are all a community, we're all working together, and I know sometimes there's frustrating days or difficult days, but at the end of the day, we're all here to help each other. So the minute you differentiate even the least little bit and show an interest in someone helping you, it goes a long way. It's very significant. So,
Yeah. One of the couple things that I can stress on that. One is that I felt that I pulled myself up and made myself noticeable and achieved. But I want to play that forward with other people. That's one of the reasons why I'm, I would say, a Wooded group leader. I did a class on how to clean a QBO file. And one of the lessons I learned is that I should have sent out my outline, my PowerPoint deck to people like MB or Michelle or other people just to get their feedback in it. And I just operated in the bubble by myself, not really realizing that I do have this community to reach out to, even with more difficult, complex tasks, like putting together a lesson plan.
and it's funny because I think we all we get task focused, but even at the show and even people in our booth, they stop and talk, and there's a certain connection point. They'll have a certain topic they're thinking about, and that other person's eyes kind of light up, and they've already been dealing with that or thinking about it. So to have those resources are available that you can check in with, where you're not recreating the wheel every time, but someone else has had that same experience or that same knowledge of the client. It's wonderful to have that community. So.
One of the things I really like about this community is that it's not a whole bunch of bookkeepers fighting over slices of the pie. Everybody's just baking a bigger pie together. So there's enough for everybody.
I think Joe Woodard is actually very instrumental in getting people to think that way. Jeff Siegel, Siegel Solutions, was somebody I would look at on the Find a Provisor website, and I looked at him as competition, and now he's one of my closest friends. We occasionally work on stuff together, and so I don't think if it wasn't coming for Scaling New Heights and the Woodard Network, Woodard Groups, that I would have ever gone over that myopic view.
That paradigm shift.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You see the arrow in the FedEx logo. You never see it. You never unsee it.
Mhm. Yep.
When I think even it was interesting the first time Joe spoke on Sunday, and he was describing the new alliance, and the light kind of went off for me that he's building a community. He really wants folks that strengthen each other, lift each other up, provide resources. So even this new alliance concept, some of the resources available in it are phenomenal. I mean, we're in there too, I know, but I'm not giving a plug for it. But the same concept is to really build that community where you can support each other, deflect, answer questions, help each other. It's very powerful. So
Awesome.
Well, can I get going where I was going?
Yes, you can. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure talking to everybody out there. Have a wonderful day, and come to QB Connect. Come to Scaling New Heights next year.
Try
Which
to
is
trick
where?
somebody else
You have
to
to say
walk
where it
by.
is.
Oh, it's going to be in St. Louis.
St. Louis, right?
Yes, it's going to be beautiful there,
yeah, that's what we hear.
and great barbecue. Looking forward to it.
We'll see everyone in the arch. All of a sudden, my neighbor's getting shy over there.
Oh, no. Now he doesn't want to talk.
We only need one story.
Couldn't get him to be quiet for like 2 days. Now he's.
But you are live, so.
You should have
You
said when
can
I
grab
asked you what your worst customer is, you have a story about me.
Yeah. So this lady Linda called.
No, Mike, get in here.
How does this work?
You just sit down, you're
Sit
alive.
down.
Yeah, there you are. See you right there.
Everybody,
Say
I'm going
hello.
to sign off.
You're on
Thank you very
NBC,
much.
Fox,
Thank you.
ABC. How's it going, Taryn? I met you a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
You too.
Taryn?
So for anybody who's not familiar, Taryn is with Notify. Notify is a great project management, exactly, application. They are also helped me be on my first panel as a moderator this year. So thank you
Great
so
job.
much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was fantastic.
I think they chose me so they would keep me talking less.
You got your words in.
Exactly. So, how is this show from the vendor's perspective? How's this show been? What's been?
It's been great. A lot of traffic, a lot of new faces, which is always a good thing to see. We like as many people learn about Notify as possible, and for the people that we have seen in the past, it's always good to tell them about our updates. It's like our incoming QuickBooks Desktop integration. We're wrapping up our beta any month now, and then we'll be launching to the public hopefully by the end of the year.
And that's exactly what I wanted to bring you in. We've been using Notify for some time now in a QuickBooks Online situation, but knowing that you are about to launch the desktop version, I think is phenomenal. So,
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's been a long time coming, so it's nice to be at the finish line on this one.
And nighttime events, or events at all, was there one event you liked better than the rest?
The Neat team always throws a good event. You can't beat it. It's classic every year.
And I heard a rumor about your Notify is going to be with us.
Yeah, we were just
Yeah,
Oh, I missed it. Okay,
absolutely.
I just grabbed it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So hey, you have to come back to desktop time.
Yes,
absolutely.
Once you get it
Launches.
released, then talk to the
Absolutely.
desktop audience and tell them all about it.
I think we
Notify
should have
awesome.
Sarah Privos with
Yeah.
Notify. would be
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Whatever, Matt. Whatever you tell me. Whatever you do. Matthew says I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Absolutely.
We've also actually got a new friend of ours over here, Satish, is with Analytics Solutions. I'd like to take that. Thank you.
That's what happened.
Analytics is a company that Parkway Business Solutions has been using for some time for our backend support. So it's an outsourcing solution. They have fundamentally helped us grow our practice. They do phenomenal work. So I wanted to have an opportunity to introduce Satish. Also, Satish, can you tell us a little bit about analytics?
Yep. Yeah, based out of Boston. And, our model is kind of mixed. We actually have a US support, and then also we have a pretty large back office in India. So, we provide anywhere from bookkeeping services all the way to controller to CFO level services. And, we have a CPA as a partners. We have a lot of bookkeepers as a partners, part-time CFO, and, we have quite a few focuses in many industry focuses like restaurants, hotels, dentists. And, basically our goal is to kind of provide, as it is, many small bookkeepers, they have a hard time, keeping up with all this technology. Since we are a pretty good sized company, we have about 400 people in the back office, kind of we keep up with all the tools and resources that we have. Not only we give them the technology expertise, but we also actually give them the, back office support. in terms of resources.
They've been phenomenal for us, actually, Linda.
Yeah, we
you
fight
elections
over
well.
our people. Like, you're not getting her, that's my person, or you're not getting my team. You know, and we're lucky enough we have the same teams working with us, which is great. But their level of work provided is, I can't say enough. It's so beautiful. I get these spreadsheets back, and it's just, the workflow is nice. It takes the headache off of the business owner. So
And it is cost effective.
it's very cost effective. And if you're at that bookkeeper who's really overwhelmed and you just don't know what to do, and you work with desktop, and you're just overwhelmed, like you just need to hire somebody, but you can't find anybody, right here.
Yeah, thank you.
So event-wise, how about for you? Were there any events that you really enjoyed? Satish, anything you liked more than others? Like what's been something just memorable for me?
Up here?
Yep.
I mean, I think this is the first time that we've been here, and it was quite positive. Actually, we find the audience more educated than probably are. The level of the firms are more educated and smarter, I guess, than some of the other conferences.
We all
A
like
lot
that.
of room also.
Yes, more space.
I was hoping you would get Siri, but she may have disappeared. So, okay, so for me, let's see, what else? My favorite class, I would say, was actually.
Matthew, what was your favorite class?
Well, thank you for asking, Chris. I appreciate it. Actually, Seth David had a couple different courses he was teaching on how to implement really G Suite, Google Sheets, all that type of stuff. And as a Microsoft person, I've been trying to figure out which is the best way to go between the two. So that was a lot of fun. Definitely had a good time. So county conventions are not all just about courses and vendors. There's also the nighttime events as well, which is where we really get to have some more, I think, more of the great relationship happen out of all that. So we went to NEAT through party like you were talking about, Tara. That was pretty neat, if you will.
It's so hard not to
But
say it.
sorry,
It's so
I'm
hard
like-
not to say it.
And then, but what was cool about it was after that event, a whole group of people continued on to another place, and you get to build those relationships that really foster them through the whole year. So, hey, Rice Krispie treats. Who wants Rice
That
Krispie
is
treat?
not a Rice Krispie treat.
You got to get one. I've been defrauded.
So, well, Taryn, thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. And
Thank
Satish,
you.
I really appreciate you joining us as well. The next big show we're going to be at, actually, we should talk about what's going up next, right, Chris?
Yes. Hello. Next show. Yes. So I'm having so much fun listening to Matthew moderate. It's so cool.
I know.
Taking
Hard
the
to
day
shut
off.
up.
So no, they're all.
Yeah.
Linda and Matthew are awesome.
Matt's
Anyways,
awesome.
next show,
Right,
and
Matt's
I've been
excelling.
telling everybody about it. Latino Tax Fest next month. It's going to be a great show. They actually have a booth here. They've been exhibiting. They're going to have 3,000 people there. So it's going to be a great show. Slightly different, but only slightly. So definitely very good educational format for people that are tax professionals. So definitely encourage you to check out their website, www.latinotaxpros.com. I hope I got that right.
I saw pictures of it. It's like a blast.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
hang
Well,
on,
you're not-
remember
don't-
yet,
yeah. But I already told the story last month, but in our staff meeting, someone wanted to go to the website, and I said, don't look at the website. It looks like a party, but it's really not. It's educational. So
Hey, man.
You could have been.
this is our neighbor here.
This is our neighbor. So would you please introduce yourself, introduce your company? You can have the hot seat.
Go on, now you can
Well,
go.
man, I have to say I'm very camera shy. But,
Oh,
you know,
After being next to this guy for 3 days, I don't believe it.
I know, man. He's telling me so many stories. I'm going to get a booth next time next to him.
Oh my God.
And her friend Matt, good to meet him. He's coming here. So we flew in all the way from Philippines, and what we provide is we provide cost-effective solutions for the companies here. Just you have your cyclical transaction increase in volume, for example, tax seasons. We provide the services where people come and look at our support and hire us offshoring, and then we provide those services. We don't have any presence in the U.S., so that's why we try and get our feet wet here in the U.S. market. But this is our first show, and we are incredibly fortunate to be here and blessed to be here. And we're really hoping to expand our business in the United States. And I'm from here, and hopefully I get to see you guys next year and next to
Yep.
Q-Box.
We would like to give you an honorary lily
Oh,
pad.
there you go.
There's the backstory.
How do it look?
Good, man.
So I'm really hoping Matt and she's going to give us some more business, help us to kind of, increase our presence. We do have presence. We have clients in,
You can hire us.
sure, absolutely. We are looking for people, and we do have a referral programs. And then, if you have a client, you come to us, then we have a formal agreement where we will give you part of our, whatever the billing is, you get a certain percentage, and we do have referral programs. And it's really fun to be here.
We're glad to have you. And actually, too, if you'd like to give me your information, the Desktop Time audience, we can send them a follow-up email with contact info so they can reach you, and we'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, and also I think I've talked to Keshav as well, and I think we do see some synergies.
Okay.
And we are thinking of educating our clients and coupons. Looks
Okay.
like got a pretty good product, and
Okay.
we look forward
See,
to kind
if
of.
he doesn't know the joke about
you're
Desktop
not
Time is we
supposed to
can't
talk
talk about Qbox.
Oh, sorry.
Even though
I'm
we
new.
sponsored us.
What do you expect?
The new guy.
The new guy. I'm the new kid on the block.
But you're not that. You're for a little bit. We
Oh.
actually have the Rage and the Cage.
Oh, wow. See,
Listen,
that's what
I
happened.
know her.
He watched me rage in
She
the
won the
cage.
rage the cage.
So
She was very rageful. Yes.
tell, what exactly was the Rage in the Cage? Explain to the people that weren't here. What are we talking about?
So you know
Good
when
video.
you've got those office appliances that just give you a hard time, like copy toner needs to be replaced, nobody knows how to do it, it gives you the error message, or
Jam printer.
You
jam
mean a
printer.
paper environment?
Yes, exactly. Working with all that paper and having all the problems that go along with it. Looking through a filing cabinet and not being able to find what's supposed to be there. So we just gave people the opportunity to take out their frustration with a bat on all of the equipment.
Reminds me of the movie Office Space.
Yeah. And just like that, didn't you watch that movie and want to have a chance to do that?
I'm
So
jealous that I didn't take the time to wax something.
I wish you
I
had.
know. I
Yeah.
should have.
I
They
did
put him in
took
the
a little
cage. They did put him in the cage.
Oh yeah?
When we first
On
got
the
here.
first day.
Now
Yeah.
you guys did a prize or something with it as well, right? You were doing a video, the best video, or tell me about it because I don't actually know what was going on.
Yeah, so the person with the most likes on their video, either on Instagram or Facebook, over the next 2 weeks, will win 1,000.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
do I still have
How
time
do
to
we
do
get
a
a
video?
Is this
video?
still
I
open?
know, right?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna raise
the
a
video
little.
closed last night.
Yeah.
But for
That's
all
very
those who
last day.
did the video,
Oh,
ready?
dang it.
Yeah.
I
Voting
got
is
some
still
good
for 2
rage,
weeks.
I think.
Yeah. Go to the page and person with the most votes.
Pent up.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part of the entire show so far? Nate, tell us one thing, whether it was events at night or during the day or something.
I just love
else.
getting to meet people from all over and
too.
talking to
$10.
them, finding out what they do, and
No,
then watching them rage in the
no.
cage. That was absolutely fun.
I think that's a
They
great
did a
idea.
great job.
And I love
Awesome
meeting
thing.
some of our customers face to face.
Oh,
When
yeah,
they were
that
here,
is
they'd come
so
up and
fun.
they'd say, "Oh, I'm your customer, and I talked to you on the phone," and that was really fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us again. I appreciate it. I'm going to go by and grab that shirt.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, they were one of the 17 shirt.
You're number
They
16.
found us the extra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
We provided one shirt when you were like, we need to get the other shirt.
So we got it for you.
He's got a whole new wardrobe of t-shirts.
That's
Use
right.
that
That's the
one.
best idea I had. I don't have to go shopping.
Go a
anymore
month.
now.
Go a month
true.
without
Uh,
laundry.
Well, guys, thank you so much. We shall probably begin to close this down. We're getting
Yeah,
close
we
to the hour.
definitely can. So we do have an exhibit time coming up. Thank you very much to the Desktop Time audience. And we're also connected Facebook group, Desktop Time and QB Community, I believe. So thank you everyone for joining us. Please come back and join us next month also, you Desktop Time folks. We're going to have MB Raimondi, who we mentioned. She's going to be our guest host this month, and our guest vendor is going to be, oh gosh, oh boy. I'll get back to you on that one. I'm usually really good about this, but I'm at a show. So anyway, so yeah, and thank you very much again for doing this, Matthew. Thank you, Linda, for doing a great job for us, and Dan for joining us also. Thank you very much. And they won't be back next month. I don't know why. We can get them back. Maybe we can talk them into it. But
He's gonna be at Latino Fest.
I'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
at Latino Fest with you.
well, so that's
So-
gonna be after, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it'll be.
yeah.
So,
So we're gonna hang out in Las Vegas, but that'll be after Desktop Time. So anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us also. He's hiding over there now. So
thank you.
thank you to Allison
Oh,
as
man,
always.
now
Who won't
you
show
can't get out of
herself.
the
So
camera.
Dennis, come on, come on.
she won't do it.
Well,
She just will not do it. So anyway, thank you to everyone. We hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow.